Welcome to another episode of the Profitable Home Services Podcast. Once again, I'm so glad that you're joining us today. I know you're busy. I know your time is valuable. So thank you for spending part of your day with me. Today, I want to go off script a little bit and visit with you about something that's near and dear to my heart. As I work with home service business owners across the U.S., I see many of you guys being stressed out. A stressed out owner that you feel like your business is running you instead of you running your business. And so I thought I would just dig into this topic. This will be a little different than our normal. We will still find a profit leak because there are several profit leaks. But we'd like to get you thinking about shifting your mindset from being this overworked, stressed out owner to stepping into the position of a confident CEO. And I know that's a hard transition to make. It's one that I struggled with myself early on in my business. I felt like a hamster on a wheel. The faster I went, the more stuff was thrown at me. And I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to be that way. You can get off of that hamster wheel. You can learn to be the leader of your business, to be a CEO. What does that mean in your mind, being a CEO? It means somebody who's in charge, who's a good leader for their team, who's able to do strategic thinking, somebody who understands the finances of the business, somebody who's able to make long-term decisions, set goals and meet them, work with budgets and forecasts. Those kinds of things are what a CEO does. And so during this episode, we'll be talking about a blueprint that I've developed to help home service business owners get off of this hamster wheel, get out from under being a stressed out owner, and step in and claim that role of a confident CEO. So I want to just give you an example of somebody that is a just a good broad example. I'm going to call him Jake. Jake is an HVAC owner running a growing business. Sales are up, they're hitting their revenue goals, things are turning, they're hiring new staff, the phone's ringing constantly, they're busy. But what Jake isn't letting anybody else see, the only other person who knows this is his in house bookkeeper, Judy. Jake is doing everything right, at least from the outside looking in. But when it comes down to the finances and his team and things like that, he's struggling. He's feels like he's always on call 24/7. The phone rings after hours and he's the one that goes out and takes the call. The phone rings on a weekend. He's the one that has to leave a family get together and go take the call. The phone rings late at night. Jake is the one that ends up going because he just doesn't have the crew that's able to cover these calls confidently in Jake's eyes. And on the flip side, when you look at the inside of his business, he's panicking, maybe not outwardly, but inwardly. He's panicking when payroll comes up, especially if it hits at the same time a month when some of his big job vendors that their bills need to get paid. So now you're getting a double whammy from payroll and a couple of your larger suppliers, all of it hitting on the same week. And so that's causing a lot of stress in Jake's mind. He's in what we call reaction mode. He's wondering, after he pays everybody, can he even pay himself? Yeah, sometimes he can, but not always. His wife is not happy because she can't count on a certain amount of money coming in consistently every single month. So she's got a job and she's doing her best to help with the family, but she's concerned too. She's getting frustrated because he keeps missing out on family things, whether it's soccer games, whether it's birthday parties, whether it's a play at school, whatever it might be. Jake seems to keep missing out on these things, or he comes in late. And then when he does get there, he's on his phone. So he's not able to unplug and just enjoy being with his family. Jake is making decisions out of fear as opposed to making them out of information and facts because he's running so fast. And I'm sure that some of you can resonate with that. When's the last time you were able to confidently unplug and take a 2 week vacation? Or what about the last family get together that you had? Did you have to get up and go in the middle of it, or at least return some calls where you really couldn't unplug for the whole get together? When you're in reaction mode, you're not just losing profits, but you're losing moments that matter. You're losing time in the lives of your family that can never be gotten again. They're gone. And so, right now, I want to take a moment and just share 4 tips with you that'll help you start moving towards being a confident CEO and able to feel like you can step into that role. Now, I know some of you have been able to step into that role of confident CEO, but then you find yourself sliding back. And all of a sudden, before you know it, you're back in a truck or a van, whatever it might be. You're not able to stay in that confident CEO role day after day, week after week, and month after month. We get there and then we lose it. And then we get back up there again, and maybe we can hold it for a while, and then something happens. Somebody quits or whatever, and you're back out in the truck again. And so, how can we help you start being able to move into that role that understands how your business runs, understands your finances, understands these important decisions that have to be made, and has the clarity and the time that you can think these things through? Well, let me just share these 4 tips that I have with you. Tip number 1 is to create a daily CEO check-in. This tip says that we spend the first 5 to 10 minutes every morning when you first come into work. And during this time, you review your schedule. We pop in and take a look at see where our numbers are money-wise, what's in the bank. Maybe you're looking at your bank account or you're looking in your QuickBooks file or something. And we're looking at what the priorities are for that day before we actually get sucked into the day. And the reason we want to do this is it gives you the opportunity to start the day out being in control, as opposed to you walk in the door and the fires are already burning. So just want to challenge you. Can you do a daily CEO check-in? And if you're able to do that, reach out to me and let me know what kind of a difference this has made in your business. Because I know it makes a difference in mine. I can feel it the days that I don't get to do that. I feel it. I feel like I'm just running behind the whole day. Versus when I confidently lay out, here's what my priorities are for the day, and stick with it. Now, I know things are going to come up and they're going to change the plan for the day. But the fact is, I had a plan for the day. And then the next tip is to put a pause between spending decisions. I'd like to challenge you to set a limit and anything over a certain dollar amount that you need to wait 24 hours before approving it. Now, this doesn't pertain to job materials and those types of things, but it pertains to other spending decisions that we as owners make in our businesses. And why would you want to wait 24 hours? Well, it helps to stop with the impulse spending, and it forces you to stop and think about ROI or return on your investment. Is this choice or this decision I'm about to make, will it result in greater revenue from my company or greater bottom line profits? If the answer is no, then chances are we want to just walk away from it. If the answer is yes, then we go ahead and we move forward confidently in making the decision. But if we'll wait for 24 hours, oftentimes we'll find some other way to accomplish what we need to accomplish, and we didn't spend the money. Impulse buys, shiny objects, those types of things can be great big profit leaks in a business. Tip number 3 is identify one task each week that you can delegate. Now, I'm not talking about drive-by delegating, which is where you've got a pile of stuff in your hands, and as you walk past Sandy's office, you drop it on her desk and keep on going. Now, that's not what I'm talking about when I talk about delegate. I'm talking about sitting down, looking at the various tasks and duties that you perform as the owner, and thinking, what is something that I could confidently hand off to somebody else in my team who would be able to handle this task? And then you go to that person and we explain how it works and we give them the background why. You and I, as business owners, we know why. But to somebody else, it might look like it's just busy work. And we don't want somebody to think they're just being handed busy work. If it's on our plate, it's not busy work. It's why we've been doing it. And so if they understand the why behind, if they understand how it impacts the team, and they understand what your expectations are, we have a much higher success rate of being able to hand that off and delegate it successfully. And the reason we want to do this is we want to free up time for you to work on higher value CEO activities. Even if it's only 15, 20 minutes a day that you were able to free up, now we capture that time on a calendar and you're able to book yourself some time where you can do some CEO type of activities. And it reduces the amount of time that you feel like you're on the firing squad or running a hose line, think of a bunch of firefighters at a fire, that type of thing. It allows you to step back, take a look at your company, see where you're at, and make some decisions. Check in with the person who's running your marketing, or check in with your bookkeeper. Those kinds of things. Those are CEO type of activities. Tip number 4 is I'd like to challenge you every few months to open up a bank statement and your credit card statement and actually print it out. Don't just look at it online, print it out. Grab a highlighter and sit down and go through it with nobody's help. And if you see things on there that you don't recognize or you don't understand, because a lot of times the descriptions are pretty cryptic, you don't understand what they are, highlight them. And then go talk to your bookkeeper and find out what they are. And we're also keeping our antenna up. We're looking for things that don't really directly relate to revenue or essential operations of your business. This is an area that my coaching clients often find a lot of hidden profit leaks in. They will find dues and subscriptions of things that they purchased sometimes years ago, and they haven't used it for the last 6 months or a year, 2 years, whatever it might be. Well, this is an area that we can stop the charge on your credit card and regain that money back to your bottom line profits. So picking up a statement every couple months, 2, 3, 4 months, whatever it might be, but don't always do it on the same cycle, because then that allows you to see other things. Like if you always pick it up every 3 months, you're only going to see the things that hit on that same cycle. But if you pick it up on an off month, you're going to see something that renews at a different time of year. And just kind of think about it. When's the last time we used this? Do we need to keep paying for it? Is there a cheaper way to get it done now? Maybe a couple years ago when you bought it, there wasn't a cheaper way, but maybe now there is. Get somebody to research these areas for you and see how much of that money we can put back into your bottom line profits. So far we've found profits in your own schedule. So your daily CEO check-in will help with that. We found hidden profit leaks in your spending decisions. if we can wait 24 hours before making those bigger purchases. We found profit leaks in delegating. We, as business owners and CEOs, are doing things that are beneath the value of what our time is worth. So let's say as a CEO, your time is worth $250 an hour. And yes, there's a way to calculate that. And we do that in my coaching programs. But you're doing something that has a value of maybe $15 or $20 an hour. That's not a good use of your time and it becomes a profit leak. And then our next profit leak was looking for those mystery charges on your bank statement, credit card statement, and let's get them stopped. Now, earlier I mentioned Jake, my stressed out HVAC owner. Jake had a camper trailer that had been sitting in his driveway for a few years. When he and his wife bought it, the business was small. He was able to take off and go camping with his wife and their two small children. Well, over time, as the business grew and he had to be on more of the time, he wasn't able to take that camper out and go camping with his family. And his son, Ethan, was always saying, Dad, when can we go fishing? Dad, can we go camping this weekend? And Jake felt bad, but he knew the business needed him and he needed to be there for it. And so his kids and his family was being put off because there was never time to go camping. Next summer we'll go, son. Next summer we'll do this or we'll do that. Well, next summer doesn't ever come because by the time next summer come, then the business was even bigger and he was working even harder. So when Jake started implementing these 4 steps, as well as the steps that we'll cover in my Profit Blueprint workshop and then the boot camp that will follow afterwards, Jake was able to take control of his business and his personal life. He was able to start working with his finances and getting some breathing room. He was able to start understanding his numbers and making better decisions. And as a result of working through this system, now Jake was able to go hook up that camper and take his family camping. Now, to some people, it's like, that's no big deal. He's just going to take his family camping. But in their family dynamics, that was a huge deal for them to be able to just take 3 or 4 days and go camping. The kids had such a blast wading around in the water, skipping rocks, playing in the mud, going fishing, typical kid things. And he and his wife were able to connect again. They felt like they hadn't spent any time together in years. Well, in my free masterclass, my Profit Blueprint Masterclass coming up soon, we will show you the exact blueprint that I use with my coaching clients to help them stop the leaks and help them structure their cash flow so that they're able to pay themselves first and keep the profit growing without adding more hours to your week. In fact, our desire is for you to add less hours to your week, to be more present with your families. So I would like to invite you. This is a personal invitation from me, Diane Gardner, that Tuesday, September 23rd, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, we will be running our Profit Blueprint Masterclass, and I would love for you to attend. I know you'll take great value away. We have a special gift that we will be giving away. We'll be giving away our breakthrough break-even worksheet so you can figure out what point in the month does your business break even. And from there to the end of the month is pure profit for you. Where is that point in your business? Is it the 10th of the month? Is it the 20th of the month? I hope it's not the 30th of the month. Where are we breaking even at? So that is just a tool that we'll be giving away at the end of the masterclass. Once again, Tuesday, September 23rd, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. We will be going through this blueprint where you'll be able to take control of your life and your business again. Every month that you wait, you are losing profits. This is profits that you'll never get back. This is time you'll never get back. So let's stop and let's fix this and let's plug these profit leaks. It's time to take action now. If we get you started here in September, we still have October, November, and December to implement what you will be learning in this masterclass. There's still time to make a difference in your business. So join me again. The link to the masterclass will be down below in the show notes. So be sure and check down there and click on the link and join us for this class and come learn how to pay yourself first, take your profits first, and still run a healthy business. Well, we're going to call that a wrap for this particular episode. And once again, I'm going to say it's not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep. That is the important piece in running a business. And if you have found value in today's episode or in any of our other episodes, would you please take a moment to leave a review? Share this with another one of your friends or colleagues. We are growing pretty much organically, and I just thank you for each one of you who are our loyal listeners. Also, would you take a minute and go out to YouTube, to our YouTube channel, and like and subscribe it over there? We are so close to hitting the 100 mark, and we'd love to get over the top of that 100 mark of subscribers for our channel. And if you would like help identifying profit leaks, building out your pricing structure, your service structure, if you'd like some support for your growth and your goals, reach out. We'd love to help. I'm always here. Our coaching programs are built to help you, home service business owners, increase your profits and your cash flow. For that, we're going to say, I'll see you on the masterclass, the Profit Blueprint Masterclass. Once again, September 23rd, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Thank you, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Bye-bye.